This came out today. Bill Maher, everybody knows he's a liberal. Don't go to an elite college like I did. They're bigoted North Korean re-education camps that make you dumb. Yes, they are. It is such a problem. I don't think people. I think that what will happen is more and more is going to come out about the universities, because even though some of the presidents of these universities are coming out and condemning the pro-Hamas rallies, it doesn't really. It's about as believable as Pritzker saying that he stands with Israel. It's about as believable as now Pritzker and that New York mayor coming out saying we can't handle all these immigrants. It's like, yeah, because you got enough of them that have destroyed your city. You've done everything to destroy your city, and now you're going to act like you didn't know this was going to happen. Then you're stupid, and maybe so. Yeah, in Pritzker's case, very likely so. So look, there's an easy way to look at this, because they all go back. They seem like they're separate organizations, but they all are about the same thing. And it's destruction, because Marxism, Lenin, communism, even when communism gets everything they want, it's not enough. Is the genocide, because they're sick people in their mind. The entire Democrat Party, I know this may be hard for people to believe, but it's true, is sick in their mind. I mean, that's Sheila Jackson recording that came out, the way she's treating her staffer. That's how they look at us. Yeah, you go sit down. It's not like they laugh if we start carrying on about you work for us. Yeah, that's the kind of trash we have. The Democrat Party is trash. I have not yet heard one Democrat in this country, and if I'm wrong, then somebody can tell me I'm wrong, but even they're certainly not making much voice about it, but I haven't heard one speak up against transgenderism on children. Not freaking one. And we know the science of the frontal lobe. So if that is something that you like, if it's hard for you to see that social engineering has taken place here, they do it so well that most of the nursing and medical profession hasn't even questioned transgenderism on children, except for a handful. But nobody that's at the top of those organizations. I guarantee that's why American Nurses Association blocked me, because that's a known science that nurses and MDs were taught. But people have forgotten about it, and so instead they just go along with everything, and they think, no, this is what we're supposed to do. I'm not going to listen to this crazy nurse on TikTok. Yeah, that's called social engineering. Because if you remembered about the frontal lobe, then you should know that it should not be being pushed on children. But every Democrat, I've not heard any Democrat, not one of them, come out against transgenderism on children or drag time story hour in the classroom. Instead, the media, I think they finally backed off because they realized there were too many videos that parents were putting up showing the drag time story hour was true. But here's the thing, the getting into the lower education, that was the last step for the communist agenda, Marxist agenda. Marxism works over many decades, and again, as most people know, it will destroy you from within. It'll get into all of your institutions, infect them, and take them down from within. That's happening in the university setting. It's happening in healthcare. It's happening in nursing. It's happening in education. There's people at the tops of all of those agencies that know it. So when they come out and say, no, we stand with Israel, well, they're full of shit. Okay? Most of the members or employees for nursing, medicine, whatever it is, hospitals, yeah, they're going along with it because they're being socially conditioned to, and everybody else is. Okay? And doesn't make it right. It means you're not critically thinking. That should be the proven how you know that social engineering is taking place. Here's one of the things they're trying to do now, okay, is they want to take guns, okay? And that's one I don't ever see them winning on. But for years now, Democrats love to get a school shooting crisis so they can carry on about, well, we don't want people to have this weapon or that weapon. Look, Chicago has the harshest, the strongest gun laws, and it hasn't done a thing to decrease violence, because the people that get the guns illegally are the ones using them. The legal gun owners are safe. But it's the reason they want to take them from you, because this is how they did it in Australia. And I say this because 2 years ago when I was on Parler, before they took Parler down because Parler had too many people speaking up, I saw a lot of people that were from Australia that were posting, America, don't give up your guns. Whatever you do, do not give up your guns. I'd see it all the time. Because they took Australia's guns. They socially engineered the public to accept that, yeah, we should just turn them over. It would be safer for children. And most gun owners in this country, no way. During lockdowns in 2020, when they first happened, I live in a small town that has 3 gun stores. And there was a gym next to one of those gun stores. Every day that I would go to that gym, there would be people around the building, around the gun store building, waiting to get in. So they knew back in 2020, no, all this is wrong. This is all messed up. We don't care what the experts say. We don't care what CD. We saw the writing on the wall, because there is those people that know how they do this stuff. And they have been in the communist professors have been throughout the universities. It's not just your Ivy Leagues. I mean, the only ones I would say that maybe don't fall in the category of a university that is supporting any of this stuff would be like Liberty in Maryland, Liberty University, or Hillsdale. But there's very few of them. Every single one of them are filled with these Marxist people that have socially engineered their students. And yet what is all tied to the same thing? BLM is tied to LGBTQ, which is tied to the whole transgender nightmare, mess, confusion, and hurting children stuff. And that's tied to your pro-Hamas, and that's tied to the Democrat Party. And yes, there are some rhinos there in the swamp that are supporting that too. They're just doing it more silently. But every Democrat, if they cared about children, if they cared about this country, but I think we all know they don't. They hate America. They hate America. They hate you. They hate you so much while they carry on about, I care and I want to do. Yeah, shut up. They hate American citizens so much that they say nothing about closing the borders, and they say nothing about transgenderism being pushed on children in the classroom when the science says that should not be done. No medical profession should be going along with transgenderism or hormones on children. And they are. Socially engineered and not thinking. I mean, so people need to, the only way you can combat this, because by the time, I think most people are apathetic and they just think somebody will come along and fix it. No, look, we have gotten closer and closer to communism in the past few years. And I've been saying people need to speak up, and they don't. Somebody will come along and fix it. That's what they thought before the Holocaust too. The Germans thought that too. The Jews thought that, yeah, it'll work itself out. We're just gonna have to go along with this for right now. Worst thing to do. If you want to learn from history, then do the best thing you can do and not repeat it. So you stand up and you speak up. I get that people have paychecks, okay? I mean, it's a struggle for me too. But nobody will have a paycheck. Nobody will have a life. Here's the thing for me. I would rather die fighting for this than capitulate and live under communism. Because they're people, you see who they are, the Democrat Party, these sickos that support terrorist organizations. They're antisocial personality disorder. Nothing will ever be enough for them. No control, no amount of power will ever be enough for them. That's why communism always leads to genocide, because it's only psychopaths that support communism.